Hello everyone, welcome to Venue Diagram. I am here at the University of Notre Dame campus and we are coming in for the very first time. I'm Clay, and this week we're returning to Notre Dame for our tour of the university campus. In last week's video, we visited the stadium, checked out the game experience, the history of the stadium, and the sensory and gluten-free food that was available. You can check out that video below. Really quickly, before we go on, I would like to welcome all of the new viewers who have joined, and please continue to comment, like, subscribe, and help us to make this channel better. This week's episode is going to be a little bit different, since it's more of a campus tour. For those of you who have never been to Notre Dame Stadium, like me, my friend Bees, who was a tour guide for Notre Dame when he was a student, took me around the campus and really showed me all of the best and most iconic places and told me interesting anecdotes about the history. So it's going to be more of a vlog style video, so hopefully you'll enjoy it, and I'll come back and join you again at the end. Until then, please enjoy Notre Dame campus. And here is a map of campus. This is one of those classic universities with all of campus within this square footage. The University of Notre Dame is a private Catholic university founded in 1842 by members of the Congregation of Holy Cross. And this main campus is 1,261 acres. And we're going to be visiting some of the great landmarks around here. We are not going to be going to the lakes, but there are two lakes, even though it is the University of Notre Dame du Lac. Father Sorin, everything was frozen over apparently when the father came and decided to establish the land for the university here and thought it was only one lake, but it turns out there were in fact two. In any case, we started our tour of the university down here at the main entrance down at the south, right here at the main entrance to the university, where there is a great gate with the seal of the university on it. So as you come up on it, you can see the gate with the seal, and the road over to our right is the only road on the university campus where cars are allowed. Everything else is purely walking. So you can see we're walking along here, the cars are going by, but this is just a great walkable campus with all of these paths and all of these trees. Everything just has this amazing atmosphere, and you can already feel it just as we've started, just as we've only now started, and we're headed over to the university bookstore, which is over on our left. You can see it as we're coming up to it now. We're going to head inside here and start to check out some of the things that are available from the university bookstore here at Notre Dame. And Santa is visiting today, which means that it is super busy. It is super busy in here, and that also means that we are going to almost immediately head out for the Eck Visitor Center over to our right, and head on out for the rest of our tour. Leaving the bookstore and heading out from the Eck, we headed over this way to the first of many quads on campus that we checked out. Now, we're headed eventually to see a game here at Notre Dame Stadium later tonight, but in the meantime, we're going to check out all of these quads around campus, which are just an amazing place for students to play around, have some great times on campus, and really experience that college time. But this one is just a fun, open space quad here at the university. As you head over from the Eck, you can just get out into this great big open space, and you have all of these buildings around here include the dining hall and some residence halls and just a lot of open area to play around and have a great time here on campus. And you can see off in the distance Notre Dame Stadium there. This is just a really fun time, and you can see up the giant scoreboard is already ready for people to play for the game later on this afternoon. Everything is just an amazing setup here on campus. all of these paths are designed as like cow paths where the students were walking around, and after the students had set their paths, the administration then came in later and set the actual path in. Here is the art center and the stadium, and just the way that everything is just right on top of each other is amazing. And so this is the Notre Dame Stadium with all of its glory here on campus. And as we continue to head around campus, we start to head up this direction here and towards some of the most iconic parts of campus. So we're headed here into the South Quad, and in the South Quad, it's very much like this initial quad that we went to, except there's more trees around, and some things are going to be start to take us into that iconic area of Notre Dame that you're really thinking about and looking for. So the big things that we're going to explore in more detail in the video are the Golden Dome, of course, and that is up this way, and the Basilica of the Sacred Heart. So those are the two things that we're headed for later on. But in the meantime, we're going to check out the South Quad. So this quad has more trees and more of the paths, and I just really loved how everything gave you that feeling of being connected to campus, and I loved how all of the students and all of the people were, it really just gave you that college feel. I know a lot of people lately have been talking about how college students don't feel like they're a part of college anymore. Shout out to all the law students up there in the University of Notre Dame Law School. It's a really exciting place and a really fun time to be a part of all of that. Now, over here to the right is actually the God Quad area of campus, but instead of going there, what we're going to do is take a detour to a different part of campus where we can come back around to the God Quad later. So back to the map. Over on the map, what we're going to do is to skip away from the God Quad really quickly and instead skip away from Touchdown Jesus, which we'll come back to later. We're going to skip over here to the North Quad with the North Dining Hall and some of the residence halls. So here is the North Quad, and the fun thing here is that this, in fact, is Bees' residence hall. And the residence halls here on campus all have that Harry Potter style house competition amongst each other, which I thought was really cool. You really combine that sense of being comrades and combatants in a way that I thought was really fun as you fight with each other here on campus. So that was all I wanted to say about that. So let's head back down again to right here at the start of the God Quad. And here, to kick off the God Quad, we have the statue of Father Sorin, who's the founder of Notre Dame. And back there in the background, you can see the Golden Dome, the main building here of the university and the symbol of the University of Notre Dame. The thing that most people think of when they think of Notre Dame is that Golden Dome right there, the main building on campus. So leaving from this statue, and I'm just going to play this entire part of the tour here as we head up this way. This path is apparently designed as a heart. It's the Sacred Heart from this statue up to the Basilica, which is going to be over on our left, and the Golden Dome is at the top. And there's a statue of Jesus, which we're going to come up to here, is all designed to be a part of one experience together. And I just thought that this entire part of campus was really cool, and I thought that it would be fun to let everyone kind of experience it as I experienced it on campus here together. So you get to walk up here, you get to see all of these people as they are kind of walking this path and feeling this, and most of these people have been here many, many times. And once we get up to the Golden Dome, you'll see that there's a bunch of people up there who are ready to watch the band, because the band is going to be playing as the football team is inside the Basilica right now, having their mass before the game that is going to be happening this afternoon. So here we're coming up into the big open area where the statue of Jesus is in a fountain pond over here in the center. Pond is not the right word, but I think people know what I'm talking about, where the fountain is. And so you can see the main administrative building there, the Golden Dome up at the top, and here is the statue of Jesus over to our left. And the fun thing about this statue of Jesus is that the way that the statue of Jesus is holding out his hands, everyone was telling me how this is kind of blasphemously talking to called the Jump Mary Jesus, because Mary up on top of the Golden Dome there is being called to jump down by Jesus here in the statue inside of the fountain. This is the inside of the Golden Dome, which I just thought was really cool. Was a really cool painting fresco on the inside here. It's not the St. Peter's Basilica or anything, but it was really cool. It's a really nice painting, and I love, classical art, and I thought that it was a really great experience, and I thought that it was something that people would enjoy seeing. So that was kind of the experience of the administrative building and the first part of our tour here. So the next thing that we did, that is the main building right here. As we came up this way from the statue of Father Soren, we came up to the statue of Jesus, which is, I guess, here. And then this is the main administrative building. Now we're going to go into the Basilica here. And what we actually did was snuck through all of these people that were hanging out this way, went underneath this building, came out the back, came around the back this way, and then came underneath the Basilica and came up inside where we didn't have to come through the very, very crowded entrance of the Basilica. I'm going to show everyone the outside first and then the inside, but I just thought I thought it would be really fun to tell you that as someone who is trying to avoid crowds, and people who are listening to the channel may be trying to avoid crowds, I really did actually avoid crowds as we were doing this tour of Notre Dame, as we manipulated our way around during this game day in the best way possible. So we jumped through hoops here to not have to wait outside and not have to try to dodge these really, really big crowds who were waiting for the football team and all of that crazy stuff. This is actually a basilica. It does have a papal seat, and it flies the white flag out in front, all of that fun stuff. Yeah, as you can see, it just has a really great kind of architecture to it. It has the flag flying, it has all the people heading inside, and it just has that great church feel to it. So here's the inside of the basilica. These are the largest collection of existing pre-war French Tiffany windows, French stained glass windows, because of them being brought here, which a couple people who were giving tours inside of the basilica let me know as I was listening to them as we were checking out things inside of here. It's just a very, very cool basilica happening. And while we happen to be here, there's the altar and all of the church experience is happening for people as they're hanging out inside of the basilica. So please, if you do happen to go to the University of Notre Dame, I do encourage you to check it out, to take a look at all of the things that you can see inside of the basilica. It was a great time. There's a lot of great art and a lot of great architecture to check out along the entire campus, and it just has such an amazing feel to it. There's so much stuff that you can see and do that I just cannot encourage you enough to check it out. So that was our entire experience inside of the basilica. We also went to the grotto, which was amazing. I loved it, and I will throw up a picture right now. But I did not take any video because people were praying and people were standing vigil, and it seemed like a very solemn and reverent time, and I did not want to disturb that. I did not want to interfere in anyone's religious experience. The grotto was just amazing. I really loved the grotto, and it was a place that Bees told me that students love to go down there and study. It's just a serene and communing type of place for people feel spiritual, whether they are Christian or not. So it's a really interesting type of experience for people. So I know I've done two videos about Notre Dame now. Channel's not designed to be in any way specific to any type of religion. We will be visiting religious venues of all different types of religions over the course of Venue Diagram's life, in a secular way. We're not a religious channel in any way. I'm not really a religious person anymore, but I love the idea of religion, and I love the ways in which traditions move us and all of that type of stuff. And I love exploring those ideas, and I'd love to explore those ideas with those of you who watch the channel. And so the venues and the way that those venues affect us will definitely be a part of the channel in the future. So if you do have any venues that you would like to see Venue Diagram visit, whether they be religious venues or not, please post them in the comments below. As you can see, this is Touchdown Jesus, and it is on the side of the library here at Notre Dame. It's a great building. It's a really fun place to visit here on the campus, and we did hang out here and come across this quad where you can see that everyone hangs out. This is a nice reflecting pool. It is currently not in service, but that was because it was about to be a freezing day here on campus for the first time all semester. And as you come around this direction, you can see that there's all of these trees and everything. And then over here on the other side of this quad, you finally get to the stadium. And all the way over here on the other side of this quad is the stadium. And that's where we did watch the game. And please check out the other video to see the game. And so the last place that I would like to talk about that we visited is where we ate, which was the La Fortune Student Center. And the La Fortune Student Center was really great. So Bees was telling me that we would be winding up getting like Pizza Hut or something like that inside of La Fortune Student Center. And in fact, there were these local chains that had set up shop within La Fortune, and both of them had gluten-free Asian-inspired cuisine. So I got a gluten-free rice bowl that was a chicken rice bowl. It was amazing. It tasted great. I didn't get any video at that point. I was kind of tired from all of our touring and all the video that I took, so I don't have any more video to play. But the rice bowl was amazing. The food was great. It tasted really good. It was exactly what I needed after all of that time walking around the campus, which was several hours. And then we were going to go to the game, so it was going to be several more hours. And so I have to say that my experience with the gluten-free food at La Fortune was really, really great. And so that's it for Venue Diagram's visit to the University of Notre Dame. I'd like to thank everyone for going with us on this journey through 2 videos about this visit to Notre Dame. It was a really fun time. I thank Bees for having me come out. And so until next time, that's it from Venue Diagram, and we'll see you in the next life, Jack.